Hi. Um, this is not really my first video, but this is gonna be me talking about like what made me become a VTuber and how I ended up here. I'm not gonna try to make this video so long, but I just wanted to talk about it. So back in when I was in high school, well, cause I graduated last year in July, last year's July. Um, I was obsessed with like looking at YouTubers and all of that. Like every time when school ended, I would immediately just go home and go on my phone and watch the YouTubers. They made me laugh. I really enjoyed it. Like sometimes if I didn't have like nothing to like watch on television, like a certain cartoon I would look at, because sometimes, well, some cartoons I will mostly look at are like Scooby Doo, SpongeBob. That if those are really some cartoons, other cartoons, other I would look at, I would just look at the not them. Well, mostly I do usually look mostly. See, this is just the one thing that always makes me mad. I always think of something and then it doesn't come out right of my mouth. So let me rephrase that. What I just said. The main cartoons I looked at the time were Scooby Doo and SpongeBob. I look at them all the time. But if they're not really on and they're just something that doesn't really interest me, I'll just go and hop on my phone and just look at some YouTubers. So it's 11th grade. So y'all know this is kind of the year you have to decide what you're gonna do in the future when you're for your senior year. So during my junior year at school, I was having a hard time of what to do after high school. I needed to find something that I liked. Now, I didn't want to work somewhere, but I also wanted to do something, that's me. So I went on my phone and started looking. And like I said, can't really find much. But then something popped into my head. YouTubing. So I decided to do that. But first I went onto YouTube itself and tried to figure out how to become it. Like, well, technically I'm not really a YouTuber, but I'm a VTuber. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. A VTuber. So I I done forgot already. So I was looking at some videos and trying to, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but try to strategic wise figure out what's gonna help me become popular right now. So I spend my days looking at videos, studying them, trying to figure out what ideas I should do for my channel. I wanted to start in high school right now, but then what really was hard for me of becoming a YouTuber was that I was can't get it out, in the collision with my work and my YouTubing, cause it kind of was kind of iffy for me because I had to do a lot of work in school and I would sometimes be so tired that I just couldn't like YouTube all the time. So it was kind of really hard for me. So I decided to maybe wait if for my senior year, then I could maybe really put the scales up. So during my junior year, I just started just studying becoming a YouTuber. Now this is something that's before I became a VTuber. Well, I know VTuber and YouTuber are kind of the same, but difference between them is you have an avatar with a VTuber and you show your actual face as a YouTuber. So it's my senior year. So now this is really crunch time. What I had to figure out. So I had to do more study on it because again, I just felt like I wasn't ready. You see, with high school, I was kind of debatable whether to start because I did want to start early, but at the same time, it was kind of hard for me because your junior and senior are like the hardest. Well, your senior is the hardest part of your grad before you graduate. Like that's the hardest thing to pass. So I just sometimes have these thoughts of what I should have maybe started in high school, even though it would have been risky. Because if I was focused on either one, then it kind of would have fall out. Because that's what I was having a hard time. Because yes, I wanted to do it, but at the same time, it could possibly cause one of the that's when you talk about the seesaw, like one side is my YouTube and the other side is my school. If I just focused on one of them at that time, I just felt like maybe one of them would just go down and it would just cause me to just lose confidence and focus of what I was going to do. So I really wanted to start high school. So, but at the same time, I was just like, should I really do this or should I just focus on my work? So like I said, in my senior year, that's when I really focused. I started writing stuff down of what I should do, but it felt like there was something missing. I just didn't have like experience. Like I had to like go on, like I said, go to other videos to figure out what I should do. But at the time, I just didn't have the money to get all the stuff I need. So I had to just think of something during my senior year. So when I'm doing this YouTube thing, I just didn't have the materials I needed. So I went to on my phone to see if something would help me, and then I found something that was called a Vtuber. So I was like, what's a Vtuber? So I searched that up on YouTube, and it's kind of the same way, but it's someone that has like an avatar that they think of in their mind, and they just make it come to life. And it made me flash like, maybe I should do this. And I'm here now. So I started doing more research on VTubers. So then I had to like figure out what my character should be. But like I said, I kind of had a hard time coming up with the character because, like I said, at the time I didn't have the money. So I had to improvise and just find other sites to try to do my stuff. But I was having a really like a hard time doing this. Like this avatar wouldn't be here, but yeah, like I said, it was a hard time. But I tried to fight through it, but it just felt like if I could have maybe gotten something or probably started earlier in this, and then maybe I would have probably had some money left over, and then I could have just spent it on like getting myself an avatar. So I did go onto this site, and it had like a free avatar for me to use. Well, I didn't make this avatar myself. I'm kind of using the site. I kind of don't want to tell y'all this, but the site I'm using. But it really was the only thing I could like afford, and it was free. So this is kind of my free avatar. I want to upgrade into the future and maybe get some more. Now yes, I kind of don't. Now I know I'm called Cyrus the Puma, which I am a Puma VTuber, but I know I don't have the attributes or the look of a Puma. It was kind of the best I could do. So like I said, my senior year is ending, and I kind of felt like I should have really started like in my junior year, because it just felt like everything was just happening so fast. Like things were just like racing into my mind. Like, should I really like do this now or just focus on my work? Because the senior year was like really, really hard for me. Like I couldn't focus. I just had so much going on. There was some good stuff, some bad stuff, mostly the bad stuff, but I didn't want that to stop me from becoming something I want. But I just wanted to make this video just on my little journey of trying to become this something I want to become. And it just something about me doing my own thing. It just feels like that way I can come up with my own ideas and, my own niches and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of really I wanted to talk to y'all about. But sometimes I just feel like that it would have been best for me if I just, maybe did something earlier in my life and then got some money for it. But it is what it is, and then some things happen and you just have to move on from it. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from becoming something I want to dream. But I just hope I become, someone y'all want to enjoy. And that's pretty much I just wanted to talk to y'all about. So like and subscribe for more, and I'll tell y'all more about my VTuber life and what made the ups and downs that I had to come here. But yeah, that's all for the video. So like I said, like and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.